This week is gonna be different from last week. There will be no challenge, no elimination, but plenty of drama. Today we will see the campers, how are they doing, and ask them one simple question: do they want to leave the team? If they answer yes, then a point is tallied, and if their team has the highest percentage, then the leader has created a mutiny, and the team will be disbanded. Now let's check in on our first team, the Flaming Cockroaches. Scarlett is with Bowie, and Bowie asks what the plan should be if they lose again, and Scarlett says that Bowie currently has herself, Harold, Bridgette, Mike, and himself. She can probably get Laurie and Chet if they are up for elimination, and Bowie says then in that case he has someone he wants gone, and Scarlett says that she has a smarter option but he may not like it. Sanders is watching Harold and Ripper engaging in a burrito eating contest, and in confessional she says that her team is quite unique. She just kinda wishes she got a more mature one. Laurie goes over and says that burritos harm animals, but Ripper says that they only have beans in them, so cram it, grass eater. Laurie says that his insolence will be his undoing before leaving. Chet says that Ripper destroyed her, and Ripper says that it's all in a day's work. Bridgette goes to Laurie and asks how she's doing, and Laurie says that she can't believe there's still such a stigma towards being vegan. Bridgette says she understands completely, she's vegetarian so she can understand how it feels. Laurie says that with all due respect, vegetarians are meat eaters who want to pat themselves on the back, and Bridgette says it's not even remotely true. Laurie says that she can actually make a difference, unlike her, who still thinks eating eggs and drinking cow milk is okay. Bridgette says that last time she checked, Laurie ate a whole feast of meat, and Laurie says that doesn't count before storming off. In confessional, Bridgette says she is going to destroy Laurie. Bowie is shocked and asks why she would even contemplate such a thing. Bridgette goes to Scarlett and Bowie and says to scratch whoever they're planning. Laurie goes. Bowie in confessional says that it's nice when Bridgette starts acting like a leader. He'll play along. Chris then tells Flaming Cockroaches to meet him at the Chow Hall. On Amber Scorpions, Dwayne is having his aura read by Dawn, and Dwayne says that usually he doesn't believe in this stuff, and Dawn says that he is overall well-meaning, but his approaches rub many people the wrong way. He has a very green aura. Dwayne says that his favorite color is yellow though, and Ella says that what she means is that you have qualities of being very nurturing and are very social. Sierra says that she wants her aura read next. She's sure she will have the same one as her Cody bear because they're so alike. Dawn in confessional says that Sierra has a twisted aura, but it's not nearly as distorted as Amy's. Sadie is yapping to Amy, and Amy asks if she needs something or if she's just here to waste her time, and Sadie says that she just loves being around another girl like her. Amy says that there's nothing alike. Sadie says of course they're not. Amy has blonde hair and blue eyes, plus she isn't nearly as friendly as her. Amy in confessional asks why Sadie is even hanging out with her if she knows how mean she has been. Damien asks Mary how she has been, and Mary asks if he's trying to talk to her to not face the reality that Dwayne is potentially being eliminated soon. Damien says that he would never, but Mary says that it's written all over on his face. He's not ready to lose Dwayne, and Damien says that Dwayne is like a father to him, and he doesn't want to see his father go. Cody asks Ennui if he can ask him something, and Ennui says that nobody will take him seriously if he lets his girlfriend make all the decisions. Cody asks how he knew he would ask that, and Ennui says he has an overall lack of confidence and relies on his girlfriend to speak for him. It was clear he was going to ask how he could become more confident. Cody says in confessional that Ennui is right. He has let Sierra decide everything for him recently. Chris then asks the Amber Scorpions to enter the Chow Hall. Dave asks Noah why he's so miserable all the time, and Noah says that he's not miserable, he just hates listening to stupid people. Devon and Lindsay come over, and Noah says, speaking of stupid people. Devon asks what he means, and Dave says nothing. What did they want? Devon says that they want an alliance. He's seen how the strong members of the team are being. They need to group up, otherwise they are screwed. Lindsay says that she doesn't get it. What do screws have to do with an alliance? Dave points out that they still need one more, and Lindsay says they should get Pete. He has the cutest fake knee. Duncan, Ellody, and Joe are together, and Joe says they need to team up. The others are definitely grouping up. Noah is crafty, and she isn't going to be thwarted by a brainiac again. A delinquent, maybe. Duncan says that's fine, I guess, and Ellody says that she'd love an alliance, but she has a better idea. She has noticed the other teams going into the Chow Hall. She thinks she can make things work by manipulating Pete into joining their cause. Duncan asks about Priya, and Joe says she already has that covered. Priya is searching for an idol just in case this meeting isn't as good as she hopes it is. Chris then calls the scheming flies to the Chow Hall. Lightning and Topher are chatting, and Lightning says that they need more players to make sure they stay in the game, and Topher asks if they want to get Spud, and Lightning says no, he's too slow. Topher asks if he wants Emma or Beth, and Lightning says that Emma is too fat and Beth is too nerdy. Topher asks if he wants Heather, and Lightning says it's a good idea. Topher says that Heather has brains and she's a bigger target than us. Beth is making friendship bracelets with Carrie, and Spud is just standing there when Emma shows up and says that she wants Lightning out. Beth asks why, and Emma says that Lightning called her fat last week. Spud says that's not cool, man. Topher goes to Heather, and Heather asks if he wants another lesson, and Topher says he's not here for that this time. He wants an alliance. Heather says that alliances with her have a high rate to the people below her leaving before her, and Topher says that's fine. Who else is in it? Heather says she can easily get Axel and Mickey officially into it, and Topher says that's a good plan then. Heather says in confessional that she doesn't know if Topher is an idiot or is just that desperate to make an impression, but she will use it for all it's worth. Chris calls the mediocre mealworms to the chow hall. Sky asks Junior if she can talk to him for the moment, and Junior asks if he did something wrong. Sky said he didn't, she just wants to know why he hangs out with Scott. Junior says that Scott's kinda like a big brother to him, that's all. Sky says that Scott did bad things in the past, you know, it might not be a good idea to. Junior interrupts her and says that just because he did bad things in the past doesn't mean he's doing bad things now. He's tired of people like Sky dictating his life and spreading lies about Scott. Chase and Scott come over, and Chase says that those are smart words, and Scott says that it looks like Sky's getting a little desperate. Sky yells that he's manipulating Junior, and Scott says she know a lot about that after what she did to Dave, huh? Taylor asks if they're arguing again, and Jen says yep. She wishes she could just get rid of Sky now, and Blainely says not to listen to them. Let's just pick out our outfits for the next challenge. Chris asks for the Ravenous spiders to come to the chow hall. Z says that he hopes it's a pizza party, and Leonard says that a gathering of friends into the tavern is a great night for all. Ezekiel says that after chef's food he'd die for a pizza, even if it had pineapple on it. Tom asks them if they knew that in Sweden they put bananas on their pizza, and Leonard says that if that's true, Swedish people are gross. Zoey says she's not sure, it may taste better than they think. Caleb says he likes a simple margarita pizza. Leonard asks why he would want alcohol on his pizza, and Gwen says it's the original pizza style, it's just cheese and tomato basically. Leonard says that in Canada they just call that a cheese pizza, but you can put pepperoni on it. Canadians know how to cook better than the French people who invented it. Chris calls the excited answer to the chow hall, and Z says excitedly that it's time for a pizza party. Jay asks if he can be around Katie for a while. He doesn't really have anywhere else to go in this group, and Katie says that she would love to be friends with him before taking him for a walk through the woods. Sam is gaming when MacArthur comes over and asks if he's noticed that all the women seem to love Alejandro, and Sam says he's really only paying attention to his game, but now that she mentions it, that is kinda weird. Crimson says that his mortal charms fall on deaf ears to her, and MacArthur asks how long she's been there, and Crimson says the whole time she likes the game Sam is playing. Millie is with Alejandro, and she says that Eva is saying you like her more, and Eva says that there's no way you can like Millie over her, and Alejandro tells them to relax, she likes them both, especially Eva's athletic charm and Millie's intelligence. Alejandro says he has to go to the bathroom real quick before walking away and telling Julia that he just needed a break. Julia says that she doesn't blame him, the cow and ox both want you bad. Alejandro says that he just wishes he could get rid of them both. Chris asks for the drowning mosquitoes to come to the chow hall. Jock tells Nichelle that he likes her style, she's cutthroat, and that's what he wants in a team member, how about it? Nichelle says that she's a solo artist, but Jock can be a background dancer if he wishes in her performance, and Jock says he will bring new light to it. Ryan is with Jeff and he says that he can't believe Lauren is still here after he had to lock himself in the freezer. Anne Maria says that Courtney's attitude was ruining her makeup sessions. She was the priority. Jeff says that it's fine, in the end if we lose we can get rid of Lauren. Lauren suddenly says that they'd be wise not to do that, and Jeff says that they can make a new plan, right guys? And Ryan says yeah, sure. Sammy is with Kelly, and Kelly says that she wishes she had a daughter as polite as Sammy, and Sammy asks what she meant by that, and Kelly stops and says that Taylor is great, but she's so stubborn. She wishes she had someone who liked her company like Sammy seems to, and Sammy says that she's just happy she has somebody who believes her when she says Amy is awful. And Kelly says that all she can see from Amy is awfulness. Briss asks for the Tenacious Earwigs to come to the chow hall. Justin asks if Brick, Rodney, Wayne, and Brody how they would feel about teaming up, and Wayne says that it's a good idea, and Brody asks if they can get Katie into the group as well since she's chill, and Justin says he doesn't see why not, but not Emma. She's the first one to go from the group. Rodney says that she wants Stephanie to go, she's scary, and Britt concurs, saying Stephanie hurts her own team. Kitty and Emma are talking with Miles, Stephanie, and Dakota, and they talk about how they need to make a girls' alliance, otherwise the boys will crush them. And Stephanie says she can crush any boy here, and Dakota says that they're getting rid of boys, she wants Wayne gone. Kitty asks why Wayne, and Dakota says that he's annoying. Miles says that she doesn't really have any ideas on who to get out, but maybe they should get rid of Justin since he's the leader of the group. Emma points out that it will just fall in Brick's hand at that point, and Stephanie says they can just keep voting people off till it's one of them. Chris asks for the hopping stink bugs to go to the chow hall. B seems pretty sad about Beardo being gone, but Ron goes to him and says that things will be alright. He isn't with his bro Spud, so he gets it. Izzy comes over and says that they should team up. It'll be the Rock, Izzy, and B Alliance, or RIB for short. Trent is teaching Sean a few chords on the guitar, and Sean is actually enjoying himself a little bit, getting into it, which Trent points out that he can be a musician one day, and Sean says that tomorrow could be the apocalypse though. And Trent says but it's not, so just enjoy it. You have your plan figured out. If there are zombies, you can at least spend some time to relax. Tyler, Jerry, and DJ are throwing a frisbee around, and Jerry says this reminds him of when he used to throw a frisbee around with his kids, and DJ asks why he stopped, and Jerry says that they grew older, didn't want to hang around him as much. Plus, he was always busy with tennis, he never got to spend a lot of time with his kids, and as a result, his kids learned to grow up without him. DJ says that's heavy stuff, and Tyler in confessional says that gets him thinking about his future a lot. Chris then asks for the hopping stink bugs to come to the chow hall. After everything is done, Chris tells them that he will reveal who said yes to having their team disbanded. For flaming cockroaches, Laurie, you said yes. Amber Scorpions, Amy, you were the only one who said yes. Scheming Flies, Joe, Priya, Ellody, and Duncan said yes. Mediocre Mealworms, Emma and Lightning said yes. Ravenous Spiders, Sky and Taylor said yes. Taylor says what? I was tired of the arguing. Excited Ants, none of you said yes. Drowning Mosquitos, Julianne MacArthur said yes. Tenacious Earwigs, Ryan said yes. Hopping Stinkbugs, none of you said yes. And finally Silent Crickets, none of you said yes. This means Scheming Flies, pack your bags. Your team has disbanded. Noah, you will be in charge of sending your members to different teams, but because Amber Scorpions and Hopping Stinkbugs have 10, they will get none from this. Noah says he will send Dave to Flaming Cockroaches, Devon to Mediocre Mealworms, Priya to Excited Ants, Joe to Ravenous Spiders, Lindsay to Silent Crickets, Pete also to Silent Crickets, Duncan to Drowning Mosquitos, and finally Ellody and himself to Tenacious Earwigs. Chris says now with that out of the way, there's also another twist. The leaders all were asked who would they like to send from their team to the team below them, and also who they would want to take from the team above them. Keep in mind you can't take a leader. Bridgette, you are taking from Silent Crickets B, and you're sending Laurie. Sierra, you're sending Amy to Mediocre Mealworms and taking Harold. Beth, you wanted to send Lightning and you decided to take Sadie for some reason. Amy in confessional says she can't get away from that cow. Scott, you wanted to take Topher and you are sending Taylor to Excited Ants. Sky asks why you wouldn't send her, and Scott says she's not getting out that easily. Ezekiel, you took Chase and you are sending Caleb. Ezekiel says it's not personal, he just doesn't fit into the Dweeb Alliance. Eva, you took Zoey and you are sending Millie. Jeff, you took Alejandro and you are sending Lauren. Eva in confessional says she only sent Millie away so she could have Alejandro to herself, and now this? Ryan cheers but is told to hold on as Justin took Ryan, and Ryan sighs in disappointment. Justin sends Stephanie, and finally Izzy, you sent Rock and you are taking Rodney. Rodney begs not to have to go, but Chris says sorry, rules are rules, and that's that for this episode. Team dynamics are sure to change now with this being in place. Prepare for more drama than ever on Total Drama, the Top 100.